Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin Stern coming at you with a video that I had been wanting to do for a while, but I was waiting until I got some of the items together that I wanted to use for this, and I'll show you what this is. This is actually a rangefinder pouch that I got in the Hunter's Haul box that I won from Out West with Chris giveaway when the prize package was a Hunter's Haul subscription box. And so there were 3 items in that box. There was this rangefinder pouch, a gunsling which I had sent off to a person as a surprise gift, and I don't know if he will open the package on video or if he will just open it and start using it or what. But anyway, it is in his hands. And then the other one was a lens cleaning kit, which I have added one thing to, but I want to add something else to later on. But that one I will intend as, since I don't have a scope or anything to put on a gun, that could be used for like a camera lens cleaning kit. But anyway, onto this. So I decided to turn this into like an emergency kit. The only thing I don't have in it is any form of cover. And right now I don't have a way of doing that. I may change something. I don't know, but this is just what I came up with, and I thought this is a perfect way to do it. This has a magnet in it, so it closes by magnet, and the top just fits odd because of this belt clip, but you know, I still made it work. So on top here is a little bag of some small pieces of fat wood I got from Andrew Hondo. I stuck them in here. I burned a few of these little sticks just to see how they go already. And then this is the pack of matches that I got from the French RCIR 24-hour ration that I reviewed. I just saved the matches from it. It's got the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe on it. And then I have this flashlight. This is High Unita gear. Let's see if I can get this to focus on it. This flashlight is a nice light. I reviewed the multi-tool that I got from the same company a while back. That thing is crap. But anyway, this is just a one, it's just on and off. But it, you know, it's a good solid light. And I'm just going to open. It uses AAA batteries, 3 AAA batteries. Though I am kind of curious if an 18650 would work in here. I have never got my paws on any of those batteries, but it would be interesting to find out if that size battery will work in this thing. Anyway, so yeah, it's a good light. I recently tore apart a mount kit, and this is a different version of a zip tie, but it's got these. Sometimes you find smaller versions of this on items in a store, and you push this through there, you pull it to the desired size of loop that you want, and then it's pretty much stuck because you can't pull it back out. So I have that in here. This is the little handle from the same French ration. And it can rip sparks off a ferro rod. That also goes along with something else that I'll pull out later. Now this is a little multi-tool that I did put in here. This has a corkscrew, which is, the point is very sharp, so you could make little tiny points. There's a screwdriver. There's a little file. I suppose an awl on here. That's on that side. And then got a knife, which I had to sharpen because it was pretty crap and dull. There's a pair of scissors, which sometimes on these things, these little steel things or these wire things break, but it still cuts. It's, it's still, you can still cut paper with it. And there's a can opener and a flathead. Plus, I'll put the scissors back down. And there's a bottle opener with another flathead. So no, so the Phillips is a true Phillips, and that's over here. So other than that, it's a decent little tool. So I added that. I just replaced the wad of the piece of foil. I had another piece. It was folded different, but I used it for something else, and so I chose to replace it with the non-stick foil, and I made it flatter. This is the stove that the emergency, like the Esbit type stove that was in the French ration, and I just left it flat. It has never been bent. And I chose to keep it that way. And this is a steel cigarette case, which I have used to place. There's 6 water purification tablets. The 6 fuel tablets for that stove, and then these are some black birthday candles. And then the last thing in here is the survival kit, the Altoids tin kit that Nicole, Lake Erie Prepper, sent me, but I added a few items to it. So I added a tiny piece of folded up paper. The fatwood was what she put in. I added the rubber band. She put the worm in here. She put this in. I added these this little emery board from a small packet that had cotton rounds like this, plus some cotton swabs. So I put that in here, and I put a little bit of duct tape on. This is one of those little flat knives that I had sent her to put in these kits, and somehow I ended up with one of these back, but that one is kind of loose, so I put some tape on it. And it's another piece of the fat wood. It's a striker for the match. Let's see, I added well, that's jute twine she added. I threw in paper clips. It's a P51, and she had a couple of small zip ties in here, plus the ferro rod. She had a candle in here already, and so a toothpick. So I just added a few little bits. She put this string in and this green wire. You know, there's the compass there. But yeah, she put the pencil in herself, but I just chose to add a few more little bits. In order to just make it just a little bit more complete, so to speak. I have to rearrange these in here so that everything folds, it goes flat like it's supposed to, because there, some reason you don't want to stay put. But I'll deal with that later. So yeah, so that is what I did with this. She had a little cross in here, but I took that out because I didn't see, for one thing, you know, that doesn't mean anything to me, since I'm a Muslim and not a Christian. So I may end up sending that off to someone else. Yeah, so that's what I did with that. And I thought under here she has some needles and some hooks and a couple other things that would otherwise just go everywhere if they were left to go loose. Oop, and the hinge just broke, but that's okay. I'm actually going to put this Ranger band on this way since the hinge broke. Well, there's also, this is the trash bag that was in the French ration. I chose to put that in here. And that is how this goes together. I think a couple little pieces of the fat wood broke off as one of the chips that she put in there, but that's okay. And that takes care of that. I'll just stick these little bits in here where I got some other chips and dust. Now I'm going to show you a bigger kit that I have done that does have cover. This box used to have all fire stuff in it, but I chose to make an emergency or survival kit out of it. I added glow-in-the-dark tape on top and bottom. I leave this on because the ring could come in handy, this strap could come in handy, and even this retail hook could come in handy. This is the Write in the Rain notebook that I got from Going Gear. It's the sample. It has 12 sheets. And the paper is thicker than normal paper. Of course, you can also write here. This is just a Mylar blanket. When I was trying to put these glow sticks in, a couple of them popped off. Well, one was okay that it popped off because there was a purple one and I didn't want purple in here. But the green one popped off. So to keep them from popping off, I put a pen in here and tied it together with the rubber band. And so far that's helped. I have, this is the 2 extra toothpicks for Victorinox knockoff. When I got that one, it had no toothpicks, but it had the slot for one. So I bought a lot of free toothpicks on eBay. I took these zip ties out of that same kit that I took out that other zip and put into that other kit that I just showed you. And here is some elastic string for cordage. That's one thing I don't have very much of in that other kit is cordage, but then it's a smaller kit. I have just these little wads of paracord. And I have a paracord bracelet that really isn't completely tied off. So it could be easily opened up. I have, this flashlight does not have a name on it, but it's just a single LED. And it runs off of a AA battery. Yep, single AA battery. And this has like a almost a glass breaker type bezel, but I wouldn't attempt to try to break glass with that because I'm afraid I might break the lens on a light. I have, this is that little tiny foldable spork that was in the French ration that I didn't use because I was afraid it might break on me. So I stuck it in here. This is a UST emergency whistle. It's a P whistle. It has a compass. And inside here there's some matches, and I put striker. There's a mirror in there. And it has a rings to try to make that waterproof, and of course it's got a lanyard. I have I just bundled up some orange ribbon. I chose orange because it could be used like a trail marker. This is a pop-up towel. It's pink wrapping and it's got an airplane on it. I have some more of those black candles. I just have them scattered in various places, so they're not trick candles or they'd light up again. This is a light, but it's also, you push it the other way, and then this end lights up, but I don't think you can change the battery, but it's also a pen. But I added that in here because it's an extra light and it's an extra pen. I have just assorted strips of duct tape wrapped around a card. This is Gorilla Tape. Another one of those pop-up towels. I have a bandana and a bag. This is just a little loop, fabric loop. Tie something up with or connect something else. I have a miswax stick. This is a stick that you kind of shave off the end, and then you chew it until the inner bristles come apart, sort of, and they're brush-like, and you can actually use it to brush your teeth. And the miswax has some antimicrobial properties in it for oral hygiene. So if you don't have access to toothpaste, but if you can get some of these for your emergency kits, definitely worth having. I have a few others elsewhere. I have just plain cotton in there. There's two of these candles stuck together somehow, but there we go, I separated them. I have, this is the Redhead's square fire starter I got from Sammy when I won her 600 subscriber giveaway. I have her cotton ball fire starter wrapped in foil. And there's some more of these. I think I put 5 of those pop-up towels in here. There's 4 water purification tablets. I have a zip bag with nothing in it. I have some bandages. They're just a little bit too tall for the zip bag to close, but that's okay. I have a couple of pieces of fat wood. I have another one of those little emery board things. I have a mirror in here. This is one of those folding compact type mirrors. I got just a couple of little buckle things to connect 2 things to each other. This one is, looks like that, so you can put keys on it. You can connect 2 things to each other, so I throw those in here. Use that with the paracord. I got a piece of folded up foil. I have I got a magnesium bar with a striker on it, and I have a ferro rod. This is from Nathan 4071, and I have ripped a few sparks off this thing. I have I threw some pieces of pencil lead in here. There's another one of those candles. I got a plastic coated twist tie. I have the little Lucifer fire starter that I got from Sammy. I have, this is a piece of gold colored wire, a little on the stiff side. Got paper clips. There's a little zip tie. Another piece of pencil lead. Another paper clip. A couple of different sizes. There's another one. I have wood golf tees because they can be shaved down as tinder. Oh, I dropped one. These I just picked up from various places or off the street. Yeah, make sure that they're wood. These are painted wood, so they'll burn, whereas if they're plastic, they wouldn't. I have this little tool. This is a bottle opener. And this end is actually pretty sharp, so I could probably rip sparks off a ferro rod if I wanted. Has a corkscrew. You have to open up this. And a point on this one is fairly sharp too. And it has a very small knife, which had a different one. I might change this out for something else, I don't know, but or I'll leave it in. I have a tube of Vaseline lip therapy, and that will go along with the cotton ball, the cotton in here for fire starter, or with these tampons. I have, there's another paper clip. I got larger tampons in here. I have small ones elsewhere, but they're in my first aid kit and in another kit. But these can be used to plug wounds or as fire starters, or if I ran into a woman who was having that come on, and ladies, you know what that is, I could give one of these to her. But or I could use it, I could open it up and it could be used as gauze for some other type of wound covering. So that's what I have in here, and I'll go ahead and put everything back in here. I could probably fit a couple more things in here. I want to get some safety pins to put in there, but I can do that later on. But I just thought I'd show you what I did with this. This is just one thing you can do with these boxes. Well, there's just some ideas for you. Oh, little Lucifer didn't want to get back in there. Well, all closed up. So just thought I'd show you that, and hope this helps give you some ideas on what you can do with kits. And of course, this may be subject to change. I may change some of this out. Who knows? But I just thought I'd go ahead and do this a little bit for you. And I want to thank you for watching, and catch you on the flip side.